You know, the history of horse in Kansas is a very rich history. I mean, Chisholm Trail comes right up through Kansas. We used to load cattle on the railways here in Abilene. Wyatt Earp, you know, everybody talks about Dodge City, but Wyatt Earp got his start here. We have such a diverse culture of the horse here that without it, we just wouldn't be who we are.
You know, Kansas is a cattle state. It's based in agriculture, and of course you can't move cattle without having horses. As we move away from an agricultural-based society, people are holding on to that Western lifestyle, and they're choosing horses as a recreational activity because it's something a family can do together. It's good for kids.
Every economic walk background that you can think of are people that are involved with horses.
Just the horse shows themselves. We'll bring people in from Texas and Oklahoma and Colorado, and if you have a nice facility and a facility that is workable, that can handle 400 head of horses, you can get the 400 head there.
The bottom line is you're going to spend money, and I don't think that enough people realize the kind of revenue that is raised with the horse industry and the amount of money that we spend when we go out and do the things that we do.
A spectator may spend 3 or 4 hours at a rodeo watching a rodeo, and a contestant has to have a lot of money. That's their business, that's their livelihood. They're going to spend money on camper spots, they're going to spend money on water, they're going to spend money on hay, they're going to spend money eating 3 meals a day in our community.
It is a major economic boon to a community that brings this type of event in, and it's not just a one-time thing. It's weekend after weekend after weekend.
It's going to be money that's from outside of the state of Kansas. For high school rodeo, for instance, 46 states, 5 Canadian provinces, and Australia. I mean, when we bring all this money into Kansas, it's new money.
Kansas City did a study, and they figured for every family, it puts in over $1,000 a day into their economy.
And we need for that to be coming back into this state instead of going to other states.
Kansas needs this facility. We have leaders in the industry going to other states right now to be able to do their business.
We go to Nebraska, Missouri, Oklahoma. They're beautiful. And Kansas is doing absolutely nothing. To get the big points on your horse, you have to go out of state because there are no shows, or there are no facilities in Kansas to bring people in to have the big shows. And people show for national points on their horses.
The Kansas Quarter Horse Association sponsors nearly 30 shows across the state of Kansas, and we are finding ourselves that we are having to leave the state because we don't have adequate facilities to accommodate all of the people that want to come to one of our shows.
Our association puts on the Worldwide Paint Horse Congress, and we've made a deal with the Royal in Missouri to cross the state line and hold that in Missouri in 2011.
Every facility that we can have, similar to what the Kansas Star is proposing to do in Mulvane, would be a great boon not only to their community but to the state of Kansas.
They're bringing money from outside of our state once again into our state to invest in our people. Our horse community is 100% behind this idea. There's no downside to this. It's only Peninsula is going to complement the horse culture that already exists here. It's going to take nothing away, and it's only going to grow, help us succeed in what we've been trying to do in Kansas with the Equestrian Bovine Western Events Market.
When they build this wonderful facility in Kansas, then that'll be an opportunity to come and spend 3 or 4, up to a week, not only enjoying showing our horses, but enjoying what that community has to offer.
Well, I've looked at the numbers that Peninsula posted, and quite frankly, I think they're conservative. We're talking about having the right kind of entertainment for families. We're talking about having the right kind of facility to build this market into something that is just going to keep growing and building and building and building.
Look at the economic impact that this is going to make on this state. Accept the fact that this is going to be something that we could really use and that would be used without a doubt. Sort of that Kevin Costner, if you build it, they will come. It is so true.
Kansas has to have a facility like this to keep the equine industry in Kansas.
It would be a horrible thing to happen that someday in the future that there were no longer 85,000 American quarter horses in the state of Kansas because they all moved someplace else because we didn't have the facilities there to accommodate their activity.
We're talking about destination tourism. We're talking about being able to be a cut above the entire nation. With our location off of I-40 and I-70 and Highway 50 and 54 and I-35 and 235, it's critically important that we take advantage of what we're good at, which is location, which is our history of being such a rich horse culture. When you build a facility like they're planning on building, it brings in contestants. We're not aiming toward the spectators, we're aiming for the contestants. When you have a contestant-driven market, the boundaries are limitless.
I would like to see Kansas put on the map. We're in the middle of the United States. Every road that pretty much runs through the U.S. comes through Wichita, comes through the Mulvane area. Bring them here, it's what we need.